What is going on, you guys? My name is Rage and we are back today with another raid video guide and playthrough for you. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Web Warriors, starting off the bio nodes here, and Doom difficulty 2.3. So this is the hardest difficulty right now at the time of recording for Doom 2 raids, and I want to showcase you guys my team that I'm currently using right now, as I'm still learning them, but I'm still waiting to get a lot of the uniques in terms of the superior odds. But so far I've been able to actually get through with this team, so I'll show you guys how high I've built them, the upgrades, and then we'll dive right into the gameplay. Starting off here, I do believe Ghost Spider is definitely the most important character of the 5, just given her abilities. She's got a handy ability block, but also the fact that she can transfer all the negative conditions. This unfortunately does not include stun, ability block, or trauma, but just having those slows, offense downs, blinds, it's extremely vital in terms of making sure that your team has survivability, and she just does a really good amount of damage as well. So this is the upgrades I have right now: her basic and her ultimate and passive having the T4s, and as you can see, consistent with the other infographics and videos, she's also a raider. Next, we got Spiderman Miles Morales. Now, unlike Spider Ghost, he is only tier 14 just because, again, there's a crunch right now for the gear, but I found that I was still able to push through this node given his upgrades. As you can see with Miles, there's actually no T4 upgrades, and for him, consistent with the other guides too, I'm using Striker just so that way he can get the double attack and take advantage of the vulnerabilities, and as well as stripping away positive buffs. Next, we got the OG Spider-Man here being Peter Parker, and as you can see, the only T4 I actually used was his passive here, and this is just because of the fact that when you're in raids, he's going to be able to actually gain that increase in dodge chance, and as well filling up the speed bar whenever there's a dodge. So that's really huge for the survivability, and as well as giving them a huge speed increase in terms of getting turns before the enemies. Next, we got Spider-Punk here being the second lowest, and you can see here the T4s is actually on his special and as well as his passive. I like it on the passive because, getting that increase in dodge chance helped the survivability, crit chance, and as well, everybody else in the Web Warriors actually also gains that crit chance, so I found that extremely vital. As for his special ability here, you can see that they actually get the 10% damage per Web Warrior, so this just adds to a lot of damage, especially when we're talking about Doom 2.3 being the hardest difficulty. We have to maximize the amount of damage we can get. And then last but not least, the weakest on my roster right now is Scarlet Spider, who I'm hoping to bring up more, but unfortunately, given the event and where I'm at with him previously, there was only so many shards out, and I did use Power Cores to actually unlock as many shards as I can, so I imagine a lot of players will likely have him at 3 stars. But you can see here, the only passive I would recommend here in the T4 is no responsibility here. As you can see, he's going to give the 15% dodge chance for himself, and granting that sizable increase in the 15% max health for himself and the Web Warriors. So, I mean, this is really good already. We just need to build him up once the shards become available. But that's my team and roster right there, you guys. Let's dive right into the gameplay. For me, total team power is less than 500k, just to demonstrate how powerful they really are. My symbiotes are actually greater than 700k, so it just goes to show you how much value these guys will add, especially if you're trying to build them up, and you don't need them to have high yellow stars to operate really well. But you can see at the beginning, that's part of the benefits of having the synergy, all the buffs they get. I like to start things off with the disruption, and the 2 targets we want to aim for in the beginning is going to be Emma Frost, because she's got a cleanse, right? So with Spider Ghost there, you see that activate her special to ability block Emma Frost. And we also want to focus Ghost on their end too, because Ghost can do a lot of damage as well. She has a lot of dodges, so that's why we want to get those 2 out of the way. And especially with Emma and being able to actually cleanse all the negative conditions, that's why those 2 need to go down first. Overall, I think the biggest adjustment would be needing to make sure that we understand the skills and abilities first. As you can see, I'm still in my footage right now. I'm still trying to read the abilities to understand how to use this team still. And it's finessing and knowing who to take down, because it's going to be a little different from the symbiotes. Whereas the symbiotes, they really capitalize on the lowest HP enemy and trying to maximize on the turn meter increase thanks to Carnage's passive. So in this case now, we're really about making sure that there's a lot of negative conditions sticking on the enemies, and capitalizing on the dodges. So you see Ghost goes down, and now we do go ahead, save our abilities here, and just try to slow Emma Frost down, try to see if we can finish her off. And then as well, you can see right there Emma Frost going down. That's 2 2 enemies down now, both being Emma Frost and Ghost, and now we can actually focus on some of their the damage dealers or healers. In this case, Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch is who I would recommend, just because Doctor Strange can actually revive, so we want to make sure he doesn't do that. Scarlet Witch actually has the heal too, which is mainly why I focus on her. And then next, I would leave Strife and Vision, just because they don't really do a lot of damage. They kind of just get in the way, but because we have that trauma already on Strife, it's not a big deal. The negative conditions will stick on him, same with that disruption, so he can't taunt. Now, in this new wave, the enemies we have to be wary of is Black Bolt for obvious reasons. He does a lot of damage, and we're low on HP. You know, his passive can take us out. Elsa's as well, because the Elsas can actually do a lot of offensive output, so we want to focus down and take down whoever's weaker right now. So in this case, I focused on Vision just because he was already weak, but I start things off by focusing on Lieutenant and spreading some negative conditions there, as you can see. And again, it's going to be learning the new kit again, but you can see here, because we stunned actually Black Bolt, it's not a big deal in being able to at least attack everyone else around him. Generally, if you were using the symbiotes, I usually target Black Bolt first, but in this case, because we're in a different kind of team environment, we have to understand who to attack more. So in this case, Elsa's need to go down first, just because you can see how much output they're doing. Thankfully, we have a lot of dodges here. And when it gets down to 2 or 3 enemies like this is when I would start using the basic attacks just to save a little bit of the energy. But it won't be as bad as the symbiotes, because we get that energy being granted at the start of battle, which is really nice. And now, leaving Black Bolt here, it's very straightforward, just because the one-on-one against us, we can continually keep putting blind on him, and then as well just finish him off and try to save our abilities as we slowly heal up in preparation for the next node. So there you guys have it. A team that's 200k less than my symbiotes right now, and you can see how fast they just blitz through this. And this is Doom 2.3, the hardest difficulty for Doom 2. So thank you as always, guys. Hope this video is giving you some insight, and as you prepare and invest in your web warriors as well. Thank you as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one.